Howdy everybody, it's Amy from Amy's Sparkly Diamond Painting. How are you doing today? Hopefully everybody out there is doing well. I have a Temu unboxing for you today. This is something I haven't done in a little while. I did a Christmas in July haul for some of the Christmas goodies I'm working on for friends and family. But it's been a while since I just ordered random diamond paintings from Temu. And part of it was because I had trouble finding some goodies for a while, but then all of a sudden when I checked last couple weeks ago, I guess I was really in a mood for shopping, or they just got in new hauls of stuff. But I found lots of goodies and it was enough for me to do a haul and get a whole package for you. So as you can tell, this package is either a little beat up and taped in the process of getting here, and cover up my address, or that was done as a way to protect it so it wouldn't break open. Not really sure, because it is a pretty big and heavy package, but it does have a couple of little holes in here, but sometimes that's customs, trying to make sure that nothing weird is coming into the country, I think. So this is what we have today. So welcome into my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been around for a while, thank you for joining in some more. I do a lot of diamond painting content as well as a little bit of cross stitch, and it's mostly unboxings and reviews from a lot of different budget friendly and premium companies out there. I also do an occasional whip and chat, but mostly I do random update videos, as I call them, once a week with progress on various projects and things. And every once in a while I will do a Temu haul, and I will have to say, after this one, when I did the the price review thing for money back, I ended up with an $18 credit now, because I did pick out a lot of different things. So I have $18 sitting in my credit for Temu, so I will be looking again to see if there's something new in probably a couple weeks or so. We'll kind of let things settle, get new stuff in there, and then we'll take a look again. So let's see what we have in here, because it is a large package. So we will cut open here and hopefully not mess up anything. And I may have a couple of cross stitches in here, but this is mostly diamond painting. So it depends on my mood sometimes, but I've been buying a lot of cross stitches on other sites, especially Fan Cells and Biggest Craft and a couple others. So I really didn't need that much cross stitch, but I hadn't really purchased my own diamond paintings in a while. So let's see what we have. We have a big canvas here. We have medium canvas here. There's another bigger one, and several smaller things here. There's another big canvas. I'm not sure I can get this all in one video, depending on how long it takes. That's cross stitch, big and little, cross stitch, box, little, little. I guess I had more cross stitch in there than I thought. There's a couple more. Diamond painting, more diamond painting. Diamond painting and cross stitch, and diamond painting. Okay. Whew. Yeah, that was fun. I admit it. Every once in a while you gotta do that and just have some fun. So I'm gonna start with this one because it's obvious what we have here, and that's more mini butterflies. As I've talked about in the past, I really need to get back to the junk journal idea, because I have some other thoughts and things I want to try related to that, which I'll mention a little bit. But I've been collecting a lot of mini butterfly diamond paintings to create a large butterfly junk journal for myself. And if you don't know what junk journals are, if you're new here to my channel, a junk journal is a journal that you make out of scraps and various things you have around the house, and you put a lot of little goodies inside, some tags and pockets, and hide all sorts of things in there, and it can be a good thing for tokens and memories and old antique papers and things that are special to you. It's also very good for old greeting cards and things like that. Anyway, I have some videos and a playlist on junk journals if you're curious. I'm going to be getting back to that because we have a garage sale coming up again. Our neighborhood does a garage sale every 6 months. And I thought about making some junk journals using these mini diamond paintings as covers because they're pretty quick and easy to make. Anyway, let's get to the unboxing because that's what you're really here for. Now this is interesting because I do buy paint gems from time to time, and I have bought some of the diamond painting minis from Temu as well. This looks even more and more like a paint gem box. So a lot of them in the past that I've bought, let me see, I actually have one sitting over here. Looks a little bit different, a little more generic, and they have the minis inside, but the packaging on the inside is a lot like a paint gem mini. And if you haven't seen a paint gem mini, I did an unboxing recently of the autumn set. This is what a paint gem mini box looks like. And those run usually $35 to $40 if they're not on sale. I always get them on sale. But this looks suspiciously like a paint gem mini box. Interesting. So it does have the band around it, and it does have the same sort of box. It's a little shallower. I think this one probably only has 6 images. But let's see what we have inside. Okay. We have a basic toolkit here, but it has enough for 6 different people to work on them. So you have 6 pens, 6 trays, and 5 pads of wax. Interesting. Okay, there are 5. 5 pens, 5 trays, 5 pads of wax. Interesting. And then we have the diamonds here, but they are all packaged together, it looks like. We have a bunch of baggies. Oh, this is different. Interesting. So we have some label stickers here. So I'm guessing these stickers match the numbers and symbols on the diamond paintings here so that you can kit up with everything you have here. This would be a good starter kit, it looks like, because you have all the basic supplies you need here. You have all the storage that you need if you don't mind working from baggies, and you have the sticker labels, as well as obviously the diamonds and the canvases. So let's take a look at what we have here. And the reason I really want to break into this is because I want to get a bunch of minis done. So I'm going to be doing kind of assembly line minis, I think, over the next couple days, just to see how many I can get done very quickly. I might even try to do like a couple time-lapse videos or something, but these are pretty big. Let's see if I can find my measuring. There it is. I buried it because I had so much stuff in there. I'm trying to move some of this out of the way so it's not distracting you in your field of view here. Move it just a little further away. Okay. So the design area on this one is about 12 centimeters by about 7 to 8 if you count the antenna. So not too bad. And these are, they almost, let me get my cheaters on. I can't see without my cheaters here. These are actually rounds. That's different because normally the paint gem minis are squares except for Make Market. Make Market minis are round. So paint gem and most of the Temu ones I've found are squares, but these are round drills. So if the squares have turned you off, you might check this out because the price was definitely much more affordable. I'll have to check the price and I'll put the price somewhere on here because this one with the packaging and everything, this looks like a really nice gift for somebody. So we have this one. Oh, there's a big old butterfly, lots of purples. There's the yellow. There's this one, that one. I'm gonna have to compare these images with the Make Market because this is looking more and more like a Make Market type kit. So we have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we've got the drills here, and there's definitely more than 6 stickers here. So it looks like the symbols are letters and numbers. So I don't think all of those stickers are going to be used, but maybe there are that many colors. So We won't open the drills or anything, but hey, that's because we have a lot to go through here, but that's a nice packaging there. That is a good gift for somebody new to diamond painting. I'm impressed. So I'll have to figure out what company that one came from, because as you know, Temu is just a large conglomeration of various companies. So I'm gonna keep this one intact because that's very nice. Okay, I tend to not buy the ones that are really expensive these days because I have so many. So I'm guessing this was quite affordable. I'll have to check out the price. So most of my other minis, that's what a lot of these little packages here, these are the cheap ones. These run like $5 to $6 because they're doing away with all the branding and packaging and fancy stuff so that you get just the basics here. But these $5 or $6, it's a good deal to me for these minis because I use them for other things. So getting some good sunlight here as the sun goes down this evening. So we've got basic toolkit with these. These are nothing special, but they do come bagged up, and this is a square kit. Most of these minis are squares. So every bag here is numbered, and those numbers and symbols on the bags do match these, so it's already kitted up basically. These don't have very much border on them though, so if you're looking for one with bigger borders, these probably aren't the ones you want because these are very close to the edge. As a matter of fact, the next one I saw was very, very close to the edge. But you can see drill field, easy to see here. We got some purple flowers. We have, looks like yellow and orange. There's more purple. I'm not very good at knowing all my flowers. I think these were mostly purple. As you can probably see, there's some pansies, it looks like. Blue, white, little pink flowers, and oh, okay, that's different. So we have 9 here, should be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. So there are 9 usually in these smaller kits, but it did come, this is printed on canvas, but it did come with the chart that has a DMC numbers, and you can read all the symbols and everything there, as well as a little sampling, little thumbnail of what the images are. So these do run cheaper, $5 to $6. I'm wondering if that butterfly one was maybe, I want to say maybe in the, well, I'll have to check. I don't want to give you a price that's not correct, but I'd say in the teens, maybe 10 to 15, because anything like 20 or more I wasn't interested in. So that's some flowers, and here's some more butterflies. I've been collecting the butterflies. I'll have to do a count of all my mini butterflies at this point. I have them separated off in a special tub with all the goodies for making my junk journals with them. But here's this set here, same sort of deal. I think, let's see, yes. The last one here should be the colors. Oh, that sunlight there is causing me some troubles. These are all blue butterflies, so that's why I thought it was different, because they've taken probably some of the other patterns that they had and they changed the colors on them so that they are all shades of blue and turquoise. But I thought they were cool. Here. And it does look like there are 12 in this set instead of 9. So I thought this felt like a little bit thicker pile here. So yes, indeed, we have moth. They do look a little bit different. I thought maybe they just changed the colors on another set, but that moth was definitely something I hadn't seen before. So this one, even though it's all blues, there are 30 colors in there, numbers, upper and lowercase letters for the symbols. And it is indeed a square, and these are the drills. I've had no trouble with these drills that come with these mini kits. The one thing I did notice with some of the early mini kits that come in those bigger boxes is that they do have a little bit more generous spacing. Some would call it gapping between the drills, but I don't mind the gapping. It wasn't enough that you could see it really at a distance. It actually, for me, made it easier to diamond paint them. So this one is some flowers, and it looks like we have 34 colors on this one. So I'll go kind of quickly through the minis. I know you guys probably want to see the bigger diamond paintings. So we got another tray. Let's get rid of that. So this set of flowers is kind of an outlined style. So we have various flowers here, but they are more coloring book style, as I call it, where you have the outline and then the filling in of the lighter color. There's yellow, so you can quickly get a feel for all. Ooh, that one's pretty. All the different colors on that one. There's a little bouquet. That looks like a rose there. And so yes, this one has 34 colors, same style, and there's the thumbnail, if that helps. So that's another one with 12. And we got lots of bright flowery colors there with the nice square drills. These are acrylic drills, by the way, if you're curious. You can see the little dimples in the bottom of these pretty clearly. But I haven't had any trouble with the drills on these. Gonna try not to do too much messing with packaging here. Come here, Mocha. So I'm curious, I may not even open all of these. This looks like another bouquet, but these are in jars, so they are indeed different. I thought, are those the same ones? Come here, Mocha. My dog is messing with our chihuahua there, and she's not real happy about it. So we have same stuff, same toolkit, drills. So yes, 34 colors with this one, and these are little jars, so they are pretty small, which means you won't get a whole lot of detail. These look a lot kind of like the magnet kits that you see as well, so maybe they're using some of the same images from some of the magnets, because I've seen these little jars as magnets before. So those are kind of cute there. So just slightly different. I'll put that one to the side. And then we have, I was really into flowers at night because I was thinking plant journals, actually. Because the butterfly thing is kind of special for me, but I was thinking gifts as well, so that's why I picked all these plants. So whoop. This is one that has 8, and this one has 30 colors, kind of the same style here, so I'll just go through them real quickly. 1, 2, lavender. I like lavender. 3, 4, tulips. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Same drills, same packaging, all the same. Okay, then we have, oops, that glare is just getting awful. This one, and this one is 30 colors, and it looks like 12. So all of these sets were like $5 or $6 each, so less than $1 a diamond painting here. And you can turn these into cards very easily. And I was picking out the flowers and the butterflies, but there's a lot of Christmas and autumn themes and other ones out there that you can get. I just think they're a really good deal for a quick and easy project if you don't feel like pulling out your big old diamond painting and working on that, or if you just only have a little bit of time, maybe on your lunch break at work or whatever. The little ones really are a good way to go for that. But the only issue with these little cheaper versions is you don't get the whole baggies and the whole kitting up, the stickers, all that you get with the more premium ones, or that butterfly one that I showed at the start. So you will have to use your own kitting up process to do those. 2 left of the minis. This one is another butterfly set, at least it's.
You can expect a high of 35 degrees Celsius and a low of 22 degrees.
Okay, had to wait for my Alexa to tell me the forecast.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Okay, so we have 29 colors here, and this one is 12 butterflies. But these butterflies are different colors, not the straight blue. That one looks like a moth. Kind of a pale colored one there. I could do a whole butterfly encyclopedia at this point with all the butterfly diamond paintings I have. But I like to collect things, and butterfly mini diamond paintings seem like an affordable, neat little collection to have. I've always liked butterflies since I was a little bitty kid, so it's kind of my signature thing. I do pick out a lot of butterfly diamond paintings. Okay, last set of the minis is more plants, actually more flowers. I wasn't sure because the plants all looked familiar. I have several plant minis already, so I was kind of afraid to buy the plant minis. So I bought mostly flowers and butterflies. So these are just another different style. These look more horizontal. And they are small. There's a picket fence with some flowers on it. Yes, these are definitely more horizontal. There's a neat one with the little watering can. Some of these look kind of hard to tell what they are. So let's look a little closer here, because this set, these are so little. I think the thumbnail is also pretty little and kind of hard to see. We'll have to do them to see, but this one has 34 colors, mostly letters, numbers, with one symbol there, because there were probably too many colors for just letters and numbers, so one symbol snuck in there, and I don't save those. So those are all my mini kits, and that's kind of what I was wanting to get into this package for. So let's look at some bigger diamond paintings, because I know that's what you guys really want to see. So we'll start with this one right here and see what we got. Let's open this up. I'll save the packaging over there. So this is an octopus. There's the thumbnail, if you can see that little bit of glare. There we go. That's a little bit better. So I think this is around 25 colors, and this one is really cheap. I'll try to remember to put all the prices in here as when I go to the editing mode. Roll this backwards. So there we go. We have a cute little octopus here. And even though it was a small, it says 30 by 40, that's actually probably 25 by 35. Take this off so you don't have as much glare, but it looks like the glue there is really shiny. Curious. Okay, that's poured glue. It's not double-sided adhesive. Sometimes they sneak double-sided adhesive with a clear cover. But it does have the round guide circles on it, but they are not like standing out black against white. There are, well, I guess there are a few there that have the darker, let me move back enough so you can see it, the darker circles around the lighter color. But it looks like it's pretty easy to read. Some of these little star symbols, I can see them, but they might look just a little bit fuzzy, but shouldn't be a problem. There is a fair amount of confetti or color changes, a lot of different colors here in the octopus, but the background looks pretty easy. But yeah, this is definitely one that has a fair amount of confetti there with the background and the octopus, but some really nice colors. This one, the colors weren't in a separate baggie, looks like, so we have them kind of loose in here. And I should point out there are DMC codes on here if you save your drills later. Looks like numbers 1 through 9, and then various alphabets, letters with a couple symbols there. I'm trying to see, there is an O and a D, but they are completely different colors. So the O is red, but the D is a gray. And I don't see any Q. and I do see some lowercase letters there. I don't see any symbols that look alike, so that should be easy to tell. And these are rounds. So the colors here, we got some blues and mauve, greens, turquoise, salmon, tan, more blues and greens. There's 939 is one of the darker colors there. That's a very dark blue. And then we have brown and dark maroon, grays, bright red there. That bright red is 817. And there's the 666 red, some hot pink and purple, and more reddish colors. So this one, even though it's kind of hard to tell on the canvas, if you look at the colors here, you see that they are very bright colors and lots of them. So 25 to be exact. So we'll move that one off to the side and we'll keep going. Let's see what we have next. How far are we into this one? Ooh, I've been talking a lot. 26 minutes. Okay. We'll do a big one then. This one's heavy. Let's see what we have here. This one is a 50 by 100 for the canvas size. So this one is not going to fit in the camera. I'm going to have to do something about it. But what I'm running into, because it's heavy, is a lot of tape on this one, and I buried my scissors. This one has been very securely taped. There we go, we got it. It's a pretty thick piece of tape there, but it kept it safe, and it is one that opens sideways, so a little bit different packaging than what I'm used to. Probably because it is so big. Move that off to the side. So let's see what we have for a 50 by 100. Turn it this way. So the toolkit came with a pair of pens and trays and boats, so you could work on this with a second person, I think because of the larger size there, but they are the basic ones. So this is a play on the Starry Night by Van Gogh, or the Starry Night, I should say. Out of habit, a lot of people say Starry Night, but really it's only one. So there's the thumbnail, and we have the cypress tree here and the Starry Night type of swirl in the sky and the scene, but it's red. So it looks red and yellow, so it looks almost like a fire to me. But we've got it's supposed to be a cypress tree, but the way it's stylized on here, it almost looks like a flame. That's interesting. A very different interpretation of Van Gogh. And then we have the village down here. So this one is only 25 colors for this size. However, I thought this one might be kind of fun to bling up. And because it was so large, I was kind of curious and thought it was interesting. Now it is a round. Here you can see the drills here. They are bagged up already in the little baggies with the diamonds. Those are really thick bags. I do like them. But not a whole lot of colors here, and that's why I thought blinging this one up a little bit might be fun with some of the squirrels? Whew. Some of the swirls there. But I thought this was kind of an unusual painting and a slightly unusual version, but also quite large for the price. So if you're looking for a large diamond painting at a pretty discount price, Temu is the place to go. And the way I found some of these bigger ones, because usually you see the smaller ones showing up in the your product feed, especially since I keep buying minis, is I did a search for XXL. So I put diamond painting XXL. I'm gonna have to get this one out of the way. It keeps trying to unroll, so bear with me here for just a second so I can keep these somewhat organized. So do a search for diamond painting XXL and you'll see some of the larger ones start showing up. So here's another one, and I'll show you the thumbnail. If you can see that, this is a sunflower, or a flower, I should say, not a sunflower. This is more of a flower, but it was an abstract art one, very colorful. So that's why I picked this one out. I had it in my cart off and on several times, and I think it even sold out once or twice. But finally this time I decided to pull the trigger and go ahead and get it. So standard toolkit, but this one has a little multi-placer on it and a few baggies in there. Definitely not enough to kit it up though. But isn't that cool? This is a bigger one. It says 50 by 50. So I am just kind of curious here. Let's see. So it is about a 44 by 44. So you have a few centimeter border on each side. And this one is 29 colors. But look at that rainbow of colors on here. Canvas looks really clear. But it does have a fair amount of confetti in there, so that's another reason why I was intrigued by this one. All these little circles of all the different colors there. It just looked like a really fun, bright, and happy one to diamond paint. And it is rounds here. And it comes in the usual train, as we call it here, the baggies that you have to cut open and kit up because you can't reseal them to keep the colors sealed up until you finish that color. Because this one being a bigger one, I would do in sections instead of all at once. So I would need to get this one up in order to keep from spilling all these bags. So that is very pretty rainbow flower. I do like that one. That one looks like fun. Let's see, let's take a smaller one. Here, let's see what we have. I remember this one. So I have a kiddo that has always liked ocean things, my oldest kiddo. My younger kiddo has always been into turtles. My oldest has been into marine life. So I saw this cute little octopus painting. Octopus, jellyfish, hello. My brain is having fun with me today. So we've got a slightly different toolkit here because we have two different multi-placers in there. Come here, Mocha. The dogs are trying to chat with you all. So we have jellyfish, and this is a little one. It says 35 by 35, which means it should be about a 30 by 30 for the diamond painting area. Yes, it is indeed. Come here, Mocha. I think sometimes the Chihuahua finds treats on the floor, some rawhide pieces, and takes them, and the other dogs try to get at them when they figure out she has them. So this has 24 different colors. So the glare is so bad here. Let's try to do this. So we have 24 different colors. It is a round, and this one was really cheap, which is why I figured I'd pick it up. I'll smooth it out later. I don't want this video to go on forever. But we have, again, a little bit more confetti, which I like. The background is a few different colors, but this might also be a fun one to bling up. But my oldest kiddo is really into jellyfish. We tried once. They were popular back probably about 10 years ago. The jellyfish mini tanks that you could buy for your house and have real live jellyfish, and we did. We tried it. It was a Christmas gift and we kept them alive a few months, but it's hard to keep jellyfish tanks happy and clean and all that in order for the jellyfish to survive. And they're tough to feed because they feed off of live critters, so you gotta actually grow or buy mixtures of live critters to feed them. So it was kind of an interesting project for a kid into marine science and all that, but it is tough keeping jellyfish alive. So if you were wondering about doing that, it's tough. The fake jellyfish are much easier to deal with if you want to watch a peaceful tank. But anyway, I digress again. So we have lots of round drills here, lots of black, it looks like, for the background. And actually, nope, I don't see any 310. That must be the 939 instead of 310, which I've seen a lot more happening lately because the 939 drills are easier to deal with. They usually have less trash, and yet they're still plenty dark enough. So that must be a bag of very dark blue, which is 939. So that is our jellyfish. So we got 3 more diamond paintings here. I was definitely into florals on that day. Florals and flowers. And just whatever else I found that was interesting. So what we have here is another bigger one. Basic toolkit here with a few baggies and a little multi-placer there. But this is a tree with flowers. Here's the thumbnail, if you can see that without the glare. And this one has 29 colors. It has symbols 1 through 7. And they do match. 1 is 1, 2 is 2. And then we go to capital letters here and lowercase a. So I'm looking real quick. I see an O but no Q. I see a B but no 8, so really easy to tell the symbols apart. But this one is a pretty decent size here, 50 by 50. Oops, that's my wax there. So I'm guessing it is 45. Yes, 45 or so by 45. So that's a decent size one. So we are kitted up in baggies, which is nice here if you like that. I do for the quicker or budget-friendly ones. So I don't have to go through all the trouble of kitting up. I do the kitting up. I say all the trouble. I know some people enjoy it, and I do to some extent. I don't like having all the containers all over the place because I usually work on more than one project. So kitting up in the baggies, it's much more portable and easier to deal with because I do a lot of smaller diamond paintings for the PR packages. I like to actually do the canvases, which means I may have multiple going at once, and they do take up a lot of room. So looks like pretty nice round drills here, all the different colors. And even though this background looks off-white, I'm guessing this peach is the background color because there's so much of it in here. So color V. This says that's $37.79. Yep. I'm just going to double check because I am kind of curious about that. So color 25. Yes, so this is the background color, which hard to tell probably on camera, but it has just that slight light pinkish to peach color, whereas on the canvas it looks more tan or off-white. And this one has also caught my interest because it has this frame around it that you diamond paint to make it almost look like wood. So it's sort of framed for you. So we'll roll that one up. I'm trying to keep my minis over here from making too much of a mess. Let's see, and we got another one here. And this one's a little bit darker. See what we got. Let's see, another bigger one. Oh, this is the kitty. So I try to stretch myself every once in a while. I talk about trying to branch out because when I did my stash videos and all that, I don't really buy portraits. I have some from Dreamer Designs from one of my favorite artists, but I do not typically have any portraits. And I know a lot of it has to do with diamond paintings having trouble sometimes with skin tones and skin colors. So I thought this would be a safe one. So this is a portrait, and I thought it was beautiful with the lady looking at the kitty. So sweet. But this one is in blue tones, so it's meant to not be skin tone colored. So I thought maybe it would come out very good. So we have a slightly different toolkit here because we got the tweezers, a slightly bigger tray, and we do have a few baggies. Definitely not enough baggies, but I wanted to double check. Yes, indeed. This one is a square. So this one has 32 different colors here. Let me remove this. And it starts with the letter V, so there are upper and lowercase letters mostly, and some symbols on this one, but I could tell it was a square based on how the symbols looked there on that grid and the fact that they were just slightly smaller. So this one will have a little more detail for its size. So this one says 50 by 50. And it is a 45 by 45 for the real size, but that's still plenty big enough. Look at how big the kitty cat is. You can see the eyes there have a lot of detail in them. So I think this is a perfect size for this particular image. So we got the sweet little kitty cat there, and then the face here of the lady and her eye. It all looks very clear. And then we have a chance for blinging up here. Can you imagine what this would look like with gold rhinestones and a few special drills in there for all the jewelry? So this one just looked like a lot of fun. So I'll have to check the price for you on this one, because I think this one's going to be a really nice one to do. And since we've not really looked at too many drills here, let's go ahead and take a look at what we have for this one, because I'm curious how many different shades of blues and all that we have. So we have 2 bags of this color right here, and lots of various shades of blues here, and then of course the browns and the golds, the grays, a little bit of dark purple there, 550, and another purple there with 340. And it looks like 939 is the darkest color there. So we do have 3 bags of 939, as well as various other colors. Oh, look at that. I didn't even realize that. It does already have blinging up. I'm glad I looked, because this does have these gold. Wow, those are very sparkly. They're not really rhinestones, they're coated, but it's not an AB coating, it's a metallic coating. That's interesting. So you can see the backs of the drills. They look like they've been an acrylic drill there that was coated with a mirror metallic finish. It is not AB, because it's not the rainbow color. That is truly gold. And check this out. That has gold glitter in it. Wow. So it is blinged up. I didn't even realize that when I picked that out. So let me look at this one. Yes, indeed. There's a blue AB. And, yep, I think that's it. So we have 3 special drills in this one. But that gold, I hope you can see that, because the glare is pretty bad. But look at that sparkle on that one, and then the gold glitter on these. So this is a really nice kit. This feels a lot more like a premium diamond painting, because we have a lot of different colors here. It's a square. We got the special drills and a little bit bigger size here. I really am happy with this one. So you might want to check this one out. I don't know how long it'll be around, but the picture's beautiful and the size is great, and slightly better toolkit. But yep, that was a good buy. I'm gonna have to see what company this was. It just says Diamond Painting Art, like a lot of the others do, so they don't really show a particular name. But that's a nice one. I like that one. Okay, you guys still with me? Yeah, I knew this was going to be a big haul, but every once in a while you got to do it. It's just a lot of fun to do these big hauls. So we have one more here. This says Shiny Diamond Painting for the company. Makes your life more enjoyable. So this one even has branding, and it says made in China here. This is a 40 by 50 size, and this is that other type of plastic, not the real crinkly plastic. So a little bit different packaging, so a little bit different company here. And this is, I've seen this one as a cross stitch on some sites, but this is some really pretty blue flowers. So even though it's a little bit smaller size, I knew that the rendering would probably come out really well because those were 2 giant flowers. So I'm going to check real quick here. Yeah, 35. So this has the 5 centimeter smaller middle, as most budget-friendly diamond paintings do. This one is only 26 colors, but it is mostly blues here. And the symbols go 1 through 9, and they are in order. Let's see if I can make this so you can see it a little bit better. So 1 through 9 in order, and then capital letters. And we have an O but no Q. And we have a B and an 8. Sometimes B and 8 are a little bit difficult to tell apart, but they are 2 different colors, so it shouldn't be a problem. Really good stick. Really easy to see. And even the background is confetti. So even though it's a light colored background there, you see all the different symbols and colors in it. So the background should not be very boring. Even here at the top, I'm seeing several different colors in the background. So we have the blue flowers against kind of a peach background, but not a whole lot of background, which is what I like. So we have basic toolkit, and this one is another square. And it looks like it is the same type of train. These are acrylic drills. But I don't think I see any special drills or ABs or anything like that. I'm glad I checked that other one though, because I didn't remember that it had AB drills. These look like regular drills on this one, but maybe the centers of the flowers. If you have leftover rhinestones from some of your other kits, that might be kind of fun. So that's the last diamond painting I believe I have. So I know my cross-stitch friends might want to hang around, or if you're just kind of listening while you work, then you might want to check out some of the cross stitches, because that's what I'll move on to next. So, well, maybe I'll do a quick review of the diamond paintings that I had. I won't review all the minis. They're kind of piled here in an order that I don't want to mess up and get the drills mixed up with the different paintings, but I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different sets of these flowers of various types, and then the box with the butterflies that I started with. And we had this one, and then the lady and the cat that I really am looking forward to. And then we had the flowery tree here with the border on it. We had a couple little sea creature ones here, our octopus and our jellyfish here. Trying not to get the diamonds mixed up. And then we had our rainbow flower here. And then the big one with the, what looks like the fire version of the Starry Night here. So that was all the diamond paintings. That was quite a few. So I will hopefully have edited the prices in there that I paid, but of course the prices change over time. So you can see why I was so excited to do a Temu package, because there were so many that I enjoyed. So now we have cross stitch, and Temu does carry some of the off-brand cross stitch kits, but they also have some of the Joy Sunday and Mona Lisa. I'm not sure about spring kits. They may have some. I usually find the Joy Sundays on there. But this was a nice, easy little kit with the sun and moon theme, and it looked really easy. This is a 14 count, and it is 19 by 19 centimeters. I do like having a few portable projects to take with me and work on smaller ones, because I really need a couch to do the bigger ones in order to spread them out and roll them up and all that. So this is the chart that comes with it, all on one page there. And it looks like we have 26 colors on this one, which is pretty good for that size. There is one French knot, probably in the eyes, or one color of French knots, I should say, not one French knot. Let's see if we can see where those are. Yeah, they're in the eyes of the sun and the moon, so not very many. You could replace them with beads if you're not liking French knots. And then we have 3 different colors of backstitch, which gives the detail there to the sun and a little bit around the moon. But I enjoy backstitch. So here's our little color. I'll go into a little more detail on this first one, but then I'll do the others probably a little bit faster. So we do have this floss card, and it does have the 14 count marked off, which means we use 2 strands. We have 2 needles here in the package, and we have 27 colors on here. So we got some purples, blues, some really big pretty pinks, yellows, oranges, a lot of bright colors on this one. So here is our Aida cloth, and this is stamped, which means that this will wash off if you've never done stamped cross stitch before. This makes it so you don't really have to use a chart very often. You can just match up the symbols on here. I sometimes find these symbols a little bit harder to see, so I go back and forth between the chart and the canvas on smaller counts like 14. That's one of the reasons I prefer 11 count, is because I don't have to use the chart as much because the symbols are easier to read. This one is printed pretty dark there, so some of those symbols may be a bit tricky. And the other thing Joy Sunday does that I find a bit odd is that they show the back stitch on the canvas, which doesn't really help because you do the back stitch after you stitch, but it can sometimes make some of these symbols hard to read with that back stitch on it, but you're going to cover it up. So it doesn't help having the back stitch on there. You use the chart after you're done to see where to put the back stitch on, because you can see it lays over the top of your stitches. So I always find it kind of weird that they do put the back stitching printed on the canvas for Joy Sunday. But this is the canvas. It's pretty saturated there with some of the ink showing all the way through to the back. That just, sometimes it runs into the next color when that happens. I don't see that here. It looks like I can tell each individual symbol, but that is why it does help to have that chart as backup in case you need it. So otherwise, looks pretty clear here. And yeah, those colors do not come out as the color of the real thing. That's just to make the high contrast symbols easier to see on the canvas. So you'll cover those up with the correct colors as you work. So I thought that one was cute, a nice small portable project to take. And I do like that Joy Sunday has a Ziploc bag, so you don't need to make or purchase a project bag for them. They seal up very nicely. So there's the first one. Let's see what this one is, because this one is interesting. I'm not familiar with this brand here. So this is another 14 count, but it came in a resealable bag. Normally a lot of the like Yishu and DIY and Mona Lisa, they don't come in resealable bags, but this one does. So I haven't seen this kind of brand before, and I'm not sure what brand it is. So they do have instructions here on the back of the bag, which are easier to read if you have the papers in there. But this one is listed as a 14 count, but we have a black background, which is not as hard with cross stitch as it is with, say, knitting or crochet or even diamond painting. So I don't mind black backgrounds on cross stitch. I really think that it makes the design stand out very well. So this is birds and flowers. There, really pretty. But I'm curious how many colors this one is going to have. So this is the pattern. It's a really small print here, and it is very thin paper. So this you definitely want to be careful with and try not to tear. A lot of times you get the thicker, more Well, just the better quality paper. What I worry about with these thinner ones is that over time when you fold and unfold it, some of the symbols will be hard to read at the creases. So this one you have to be a little bit more careful with. And this one is only 25 colors. I figured based on the price that it was kind of a off-brand version instead of, say, Spring or Joy Sunday. So I kind of expected that, but I hadn't seen this kind of packaging before. And we have the floss wrapped on bobbins, which is kind of interesting. Okay, I have seen another one. I have unboxed another one with this kind of packaging, but we have the floss on the bobbins there. 310 is black. You can see several bobbins there, the 310 and 939, which is very dark blue in there, but that's interesting. Now let's check out the most important part, and that's what does the printing on the cloth look like, because that chart is probably not going to survive. So this Ida cloth is really, really stiff. This feels like lower quality Ida cloth. So it's really, really stiff. 40 by 70 is the size on here. Almost like a diamond painting. We have our little thumbnail and we have our symbols here. But looking at it, it actually looks pretty easy to read. I'm not sure what kind of printer they use on these, but even the budget friendly, the really cheap cross-stitch kits, I've been able to read the Ida cloth pretty well. So look at that. That's very, very clear, very easy to read. We have needles that are stapled onto the Ida cloth here. So we'll keep those there for the moment. But this is, it looks almost like 14 count. Yes, it is 14 count, so a little bit smaller than 11 count. The yellow, of course, is the black background. So I might, for this one, depending on the quality of the floss, sometimes even on 14 count, you normally use 2 strands, but for black, you don't want to see that white canvas shining through. So sometimes for black you want to use 3 strands even on 14 count, but it looks like there's quite a bit of black in there, and black is a color you can find at your local Walmart, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, all the craft stores in DMC floss. So if you run out, it's not a big deal to get more black floss, but I recommend for anything with a black background that's on white Ida that you go ahead and use an extra strand just to make it cover a little bit better. So the only issue I worry about with this one is, I wish I could get you to feel this. This is really, really stiff. I'm going to be trying to work with it, crinkling it up and uncrinkling it and doing what I can to make that canvas a little bit softer, because this feels a bit uncomfortable to work on as it is right now. But I do like the picture, and I picked one that didn't need a whole lot of different colors on it, so it doesn't bother me that it has fewer colors. Okay, let's see what the next one is here. Same brand, but this time we have a shelf with cactus plants. So typical me, and since I did all the details for that one, I won't go into all the details on this one. It's that same thinner paper here for the chart, the needles stapled, the packaging here with the floss, and this one is a little bit smaller. Here this is a 30 by 40 and it has 25 colors, but again I was purposely picking something that it didn't need a whole lot of colors, mostly greens and browns there for the cactus plants, and there are some books on that bookshelf. So this is another 14 count, so it's a little bit smaller here, but it does still have that really, really thick, stiff canvas. So what are we at? 59 minutes here? Okay, I'm gonna move on. You get the idea. Pile that one there. Do we have any more of that brand? No, we have another Joy Sunday here. Yay, Joy Sunday. So this one is Flowers and Butterflies. And this is a 14 count as well, 2 strands. So another smaller one after buying so many big ones. I had to get some smaller ones. And since we've gone over the Joy Sunday kit in a little bit more detail, I won't do that now, but this is much better paper, so it will stand up the test of time, and there isn't any printing in the crease. So this chart will survive very well. This one doesn't have very many colors, 26 colors, but it does have 6 colors of backstitch. So the flowers, as you can see here on the chart, and the butterfly all have some backstitch in them to show more of the detail. So let's see what we got here. We have our floss card here. Look at those pretty colors. All the pinks and purples in there. And it is indeed 26 colors, lots of greens. There's our 2 needles. And so far, no floss drops. Yay, floss drops are those things that hold one color on them, the little cardboard things that you have to put on a ring. I prefer the cards, so we'll see how those other ones work for that other company, the little bobbins. But so far, I'm happy, no floss drops. So here is the chart, 14 count. So it's a little bit tighter, a little bit smaller count, and a little bit more portable again, but you can see it's printed very clearly there. This is a partial. You don't do the background, so this one won't take too long, even though it's long and skinny. There's, sorry about that, somebody probably walking. This time of day, there's a lot of walking in our neighborhood. Come here, Mocha. So the puppers are telling me there are people outside. So it looks pretty easy. There's some blocking, color blocking, same with diamond painting here with the bottom. It doesn't look like a whole lot of confetti because even these smaller areas, there's several of them around in the same flower, so you don't have to stop and start your thread quite a bit. I've thought about doing a tutorial, and maybe this would be a good one looking at it now that I think about it, on working in the diagonal and doing parking of the threads. That's a common practice for people that do heaven and earth designs and some of the confetti heavy cross stitches. And basically what you do is you work in the diagonal, or you could work up and down. Diagonal is better for large areas background, so you don't get like the stripes and stuff in them. Anyway, I can go over more detail on that in another video because we're taking a long time on this one. But you can work either up and down or diagonal, and you do every color in, say, a 2 square area. So this would be 100 stitches, this would be 100. So you'd pick like a 2 square area and you just work across. So you would put yellow, whatever this color is, that yellow symbol, into your needle, and you do those 3 stitches, and then you look at the next row. There would be the next one. So instead of doing that stitch, what you do is you park your thread. So you take your needle up. Mocha, it's okay. Come here. Sorry about that. Come here, Mocha. Okay, hopefully I edited that out. But once you finish on that first row, then you park your thread over here at, say, the bottom left corner. You always choose the same hole. But you would park your thread, just poke it through so it's on the front, and pull your needle off. And then you take that color and you do that stitch, and you look for the next one in that square, and you park that thread down at the bottom left of where the next one is. You don't do the next stitch, you just park it. So you work all the way across the row, and then you start the next row, and that row matches these last 2. So I would have already had the thread ready there parked from after I finished that one. And so I'd work those 5. And then from this color here, I'd already have that thread waiting for me parked, and I'd do those 2 and then park it. And you just work your way down in order. And it's a different way of dealing with multiple colors. So I might try that on this one and do a tutorial here in the future for anybody that wants to see that. So if you want to see the confetti method with parking threads and working in rows or diagonals like that, let me know in the comments. because I would be more than happy to show you, because I've tried it out a little bit myself. I'm not the best at it, but it does work better with these higher detailed colored cross stitches. Okay, the next one. This one is, you can kind of see it there. Another one where I wasn't expecting a whole lot of colors. So you'll notice a trend. If I buy cross stitch kits on Temu, they're either going to be Joy Sunday or ones that don't take a whole lot of colors, because that's what you're going to find with these off brands, is that they don't have as many colors. So I picked designs that are okay with not having that many colors. So we have some birds here. We have kind of a tan background, kind of an old tapestry style look to this. So several birds in the trees. And this is 11 count. This is a 50 by 70. I believe it's 11 count here. So we'll take a look at the chart here, and it looks like I see 25 through 30 here. So there are probably 30 colors on this one. Yes. So this is the paper that the chart is on. It's kind of thinner paper, but at least at the crease there are no symbols printed. So it does indeed have 30 colors. And 842 is the color for that background, that yellow. So I believe 842 is a light tan. So let's take a look here. We have instructions, and this is an instruction sheet that I haven't seen before. So I'm not sure what company this is. It's looking like a Mona Lisa, but it's not branded that way, because Mona Lisa usually comes with this extra picture, and a lot of times it's a sticker. So you could put it in a logbook or something. Yes, indeed. I see where it's separating there. So it does come with the sticker, just like Mona Lisa. So this very much resembles a Mona Lisa type kit, but it doesn't actually say that anywhere. So this Ida cloth feels just slightly stiff, but we have the extra package here. That's the background color, as well as some extra dark blue needed. So lots and lots of background. This one will take a little bit longer to stitch. So this says high grade exquisite cross stitch. Oop, and I'm losing my little kit there. So it does indeed have 30 colors, and mostly earth tones here. We got browns and yellows with the blues, a little bit of red, and some pinkish colors there. But for the most part, this is kind of an old school tapestry color to it. Now, Mona Lisa does come with a toolkit here, and this one does as well. It doesn't have the animal on the packaging like some of them do, but we do have a needle threader and a little pom-pom holding our needles, and it looks like 4 needles in there. And that's our little toolkit. And the needle threader wants to stick there. There we go. So let's look at the canvas here on this one. So this Ida cloth, it's a little stiff, but not quite as stiff as that other brand. So we have stamped cross stitch 100%, probably cotton. You can see 11 count, so it is a little bit bigger here, but it looks very easy to read. So with this one, the way I would probably work it is I would do the background in a small area first, and then do the cross stitch after, or the cross stitch. It's all cross stitch. I would do maybe the trees after the background. I tend to do background first. A lot of people probably do foreground first and then kind of the background. I don't see any back stitch on this one, which I wouldn't expect. But it looks pretty nice, actually. So with 30 colors, that's a little more than I expected with this particular design. And the fabric does feel a little bit better. So this one does indeed seem to be better quality. It feels like a Mona Lisa kit, even though it's not branded that way anywhere. But yeah, definitely no back stitch on there. So that'll be an easy stitch, because that one you can just kind of sit and watch TV and not do a whole lot of thinking on it. So I'll put it in the package later. This video is going on forever. We got 2 left. Are you still with me? Okay. Now this one is definitely Mona Lisa. So this is what the Mona Lisa packaging looks like. It says classical cross stitch on it, and it has this red background, and you can see it has the sticker here. But again, because I was buying on Temu and wasn't sure about the colors, I did pick another one that doesn't have a whole lot of colors. Another kind of stylish tapestry one here. I'm trying to figure out which way is up actually on this one. There we go. Could probably go various ways. You could even maybe put a clock kit on that one. That might be kind of neat, but to me it looks like a round pillow. So here is the chart, and it shows, oh boy, a lot of, I wasn't sure how much of the background was done, but it does indeed go all the way out to the edges to make it into a square like this shows. I might just stop a few rows outside of the edge there and have it stay round. I'll have to think about that as I work on that, because that is a lot of plain background on that. But the chart looks pretty easy to read here. And we have 24 different colors on this one, and it should be 11 count. It's not marked on here, but I can tell just by looking at the fabric. So 24 colors. So let's see how big this one is at 11 count. We do have that same instruction sheet, so yes indeed, the other one, it must be a Mona Lisa. So this one has Halloween vibes. So we've got our toolkit here. Look at all that black. That's a lot of black cross stitching. But here is the rest of the colors. Lots of fall colors, lots of reds, browns, oranges in this one. A little bit of blues here and there. But I was definitely thinking fall as I picked a lot of these out. It's a pretty big one here, and there is a little bit of fraying on the edge. Normally these are serged, and this one is serged to keep the fraying around 3 of the edges, but for some reason this edge did not get serged. So before I do anything further, I'm going to cut it, but I do have my own sewing machine. It is actually serged for part of the way, it looks like. It was just one spot there that was loose, so it's serged up to here, and then the serging stops, and then it starts again over here. So that may be what I just cut off, is that they missed on the fabric and it didn't quite make it on there. So this edge doesn't need to be serged, but the rest of them are, so that's okay. So there's our design, and again you can tell yellow is a common color for background for these the ink on these canvases, not the actual color, which we know is black, but anyway. So yellow makes the other colors really easier to see and stand out. So this one, just looking at it, because there's a lot of detail here in a large area, I would probably do the foreground or the design first and then the background second, because I'm not sure how much or how far out I will want to go with the background. I might just do, like I said, just a few rows around it. We'll see. But this is actually a bit larger than I thought it would be. This is 217 stitches wide by high. And with 11 count, you can do the math, or I could probably look on the chart and see what the size is, because I didn't tell you that. 60 by 60 centimeters. So we'll make it probably just a little bit smaller. But Mona Lisa has always been really easy to read. Never had any trouble with that one. Not a whole lot of confetti on this one. Maybe a little bits in here in the wings. But fabric feels pretty good. So that's a nice autumn type cross stitch to work on. I like that one, so I'm very happy with that one. There's one left, y'all. Did you make it? I'm gonna have such a mess to clean up here, but so many things to work on. So I do tend to work on cross stitches in little bits. I'll do like 2 or 3 threads, and then I'll put one away and I rotate through. So that's why I do the random videos every once in a while with updates on things, because I am continuing to work on all my things. It's just a little bit easier to rotate through on cross stitches because I keep them all in one spot in project bags, and I just grab one and work on a couple threads, and then I'll be done with it for the day, and then I'll grab another one later on. And that's how I work on those. So this is another Mona Lisa, and this one I have seen on a lot of company web pages. Almost bought it a few times, but then when I saw it on Temu, I was like, wow, because that's a big one. This is 312. Oh wait, there it is. Well, I was guessing that was stitch count, but that doesn't make sense there. 100 by 45 centimeters. So this is a big stitch. But I loved all the colors. It's so colorful there with the pinks and the reds. It's kind of fall colors, but yet the pinks remind me of spring. So I thought that was kind of interesting. So we have the greens and the yellows and oranges, but we also have a lot of pink in there. So obviously a Chinese scene of some type. If you know where this location is, let me know in the comments. But we've got some mountains here in the background and the mist and the river here with the bridges. I thought it was just beautiful. So we do have the small sheet of instructions that's stuck to the glue there. I'll just leave that. Now the picture here, the chart, is very tiny. So hopefully the printing on the canvas is good, because this would make me go blind trying to read that, because you can see the tiny squares there. So the chart, a little bit hard to read size-wise, but we have 38 colors on this one. So this one is, oh wow, check this out. So we have a full little tube here that has our needle threader and the needles in them. Sorry about that, my neighbor's out and about. So we've got, looks like 4 needles in there. I already put one of them back. But look at these colors. Wow. As I expected and as I was hoping, there are a lot of bright colors in here. Let me see if I can line them up so you can see them all there in one view. So 38, 2 cards worth of colors, but lots of pinks and turquoises, some lime green there, other bright greens and reds, and then a lot of black here. So it says, this is interesting because this card looks like it was printed just for this kid. So you see color number 1 here has 4 spots. And so instead of doing a bunch of skeins, what they did is they put them all on the floss card and printed it in such a way that you could tell. So number 1 there. And I'm looking if that's in other places. Yes, there's 2 for number 8. So these cards were printed just for this kit. So let's look at the canvas. Let's see how big this thing is. I find these a lot in my hauls for some reason. Okay, it is serged here. That's what that is. And it is upside down. So here we go. So that chart here on the side is really big, really easy to read for those of us that may have eyesight issues there. So 38 colors. We have the instructions printed on here that you can put through Google Translate, but mostly it's trying to warn you not to get this canvas wet because the ink will wash off. So we have a little over 380 stitches across and looks like 150 stitches down. But the canvas looks pretty easy to read. This one is a lot more color changes though than I was thinking. There, you can see there are some areas of what we would call color blocking in diamond painting. But for the most part, there's a lot of color switching. And you can see the house here. And I can make out the water here. The bridges are a little bit trickier to make out, but I kind of know where they are from what I saw. But mostly trees of different colors. So this one is really nice. And I was surprised to see it on Temu because I've seen it rather expensive on some of the other online websites and companies that sell these stamped cross stitch. So Really happy about this one, but I'm not gonna start this one right away. This may be a spring project, looking at all those colors. Look at that, it's so pretty. So I might put this one away because I have my other large one to work on. The only reason I really jumped on this one was because of the price. So I will put that hopefully on the screen for you. I do need to edit out some dog barking on this video, so I will try to get the prices that I paid. But really nice set of needles here. So that is what I have for you today. Hopefully you survived this video. Every once in a while I just have to do a big fun Temu haul. So I have enough projects to keep me busy for quite a while. But my challenge in the very near term, like tonight, is to work on all the minis and see how far I can get with some of those, because I have an idea for those that I will show probably in another video. But first I have to clean up this mess, and I thank you for sticking with me on all of this, especially to the end. If you aren't into cross stitch, then I thank you for checking it out. And I will be back. I will say goodbye quickly on this video because we're at 1 hour and 20 minutes and this is going to be hard to upload. So thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you guys. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you next time.